I'm Juliette Valle, Miss South Florida Fair 2020. My Miss Florida platform is Organ Donation Awareness. The music you hear in the background is my cover of the beautiful 1970 Simon and Garfunkel ballad Bridge Over Troubled Waters. It's pretty amazing how the words of this 50-year-old song really lend themselves to a description of the selfless act of organ donation. Composer Paul Simon, bothered by the unrest of the country in that year, turned to a favorite gospel song by the group the Swan Silvertones, who actually wrote a song about being a bridge over troubled water, and it happened to be one of Simon's favorites. He then pays homage to them in the line, "Sail on, Silver Girl," and actually paid royalties to the group without ever being asked to do so. So I happen to love the history of this song. Organ donation is actually a cause my entire family is passionate about. My dad, a nephrologist, which is a kidney doctor, and my mom, a transplant nurse. Like my older sisters before me, my job on breaks and summers ever since I was a preteen has been working at my dad's office of kidney specialists in several different capacities. File clerk, confirming appointments, or putting patients in exam rooms, so I got to know many people in need of a transplant on a personal level. On another personal note, my sister Kristen's best friend from high school got a kidney transplant when she was just a young college student at FSU, and my grandmother's best friend also has had a kidney transplant for over 30 years. Actually, it wasn't until my friends and I were getting our driver's licenses that I realized not everyone was educated about what exactly organ donation is, and that there were a lot of myths that surround it. Myth number 1 by a mile: I don't want them to take my organs instead of trying to save my life because I'm sick. This is a very common concern. The truth is the team saving your life in an acute situation has no idea if you're an organ donor, and moreover doesn't give it any thought. While some large hospitals have an organ procurement team that will approach a family of someone who has come off life support, or has to come off life support rather, many donations are initiated by the donor's family, letting the health team know the person wanted to be a donor. Everyone's first priority in an acute medical situation is saving your life, and being a donor would never change that. Donating your organs means when your natural life is over, a part of you stays behind to give life to another person. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. People can also be a living donor. Did you know that 1 in 500 of us are born with only 1 kidney? And we can live a completely normal life with just 1. During this year, I would like to reach out to young people and talk about organ donation and dispel the myths that surround it. There are currently 114,000 people in the US waiting for an organ, and 80% of them are waiting for a kidney. 20 people on the list die each day. They were healthy enough to be added to the transplant list, which, believe me, is actually no easy feat. But they died while waiting, and that is a very sobering thought. I actually have some projects in the works to increase registration of young people, and I think high school students are a great target audience. I believe it may be helpful adding an incentive for young people to sign up when they get their first learner's permit or driver's license. I'm currently working with a national organ donation organization, and part of what I hope to do is raise money for their cause with a special project that I'm working on that I can literally not wait to tell you guys about. There is some good news here too. In 2019, the #1 program for all organ transplants in the United States was right here in the great state of Florida. This same program was also the #1 program in the US for kidney transplants, and it happens to be my school, the University of Miami, and I'm very proud of that. Go Canes! When we talk next time, I will tell you about some European countries who lead the world in organ donation, and why I believe a small change here in the United States could have us following their lead. I will leave you all with my campaign slogan: life is awesome, pass it on. Thank you all so much for listening. Bye!